Grew up with family dinners. Sundays were family day. Probably everything a lot of people would love to have. Knew that my parents loved each other, and I learned a lot from that. So.
Sure. Do you remember anything specific, Vinnie, that you saw between your parents? Like, how did they express love to how did they express it to each other? How do you remember that?
You know what? They were, sometimes you watch people and just the way they looked at each other, the way they smiled when they passed each other. It's just, they were always having a good time and always making sure that everybody around them was having a nice time. They were real role models, for sure.